I'm at the Tammy Wynette Legacy Park and Museum, Tremont, Mississippi. I remember as a kid growing up, I used to sing the D-I-V-O-R-C-E song that she come out with, and I didn't even know what it meant. I don't know if there is a cost to go in here. I'm pretty sure there probably is, but we're going to go in and see if it's not too bad. If the cost is not too bad, I'm going to view the museum. She was one of my favorites growing up. Looks like we can get something to eat here too. I'm going to check that out. Or maybe not. Yeah, it's open today. Yeah, I'm going to check this out. I am in the Tammy Wynette Legacy Center Museum. This is a quilt that was made mentioning stars from Mississippi. John Hooker, Little Milton, Morgan Freeman. All these stars are from Mississippi and more. Elvis Presley, of course, and Tammy Wynette. Otis Clay, Tyrone Davis, B.B. King. The quilt was donated to the museum. So going on, this was Tammy Wynette's dress when she was a child. I learned from the museum curator that she was raised by her grandparents, that her father died when she was 9 months old, and her mother went off to Memphis to work, so her grandparents raised her. She was raised on a farm that they picked cotton, and I was told that she always kept a vase of cotton in her home to remember her roots, where she came from. This is her piano. She took piano lessons, and the piano teacher told her that it didn't do any good for her to take lessons because she played by ear. That's one of her original guitars. This was her school years. She was a very good basketball player, they said. That's her jersey. And she was voted Miss Offense. This is an airplane seat, but I don't know the significance of it. Here they have newspaper articles of all of her news, and these are her albums. And she had 9 studio albums, 14 single releases, 3 #1 country chart singles, and 4 top 10 chart albums, including #1 album and music video. She had a total of 31 studio albums, 1 holiday album. Wow. Let's backtrack here and see her Buick Riviera. This belonged to Tammy. She loved this car. It does not belong to the museum. It is on loan from Laura Peters, but there's Tammy and one of her daughters in the vehicle. It's a pretty little classic Buick Riviera convertible. Isn't that pretty? The burgundy interior with the burgundy stripes. That's awesome. This was one of her dresses at one of her performances on stage in England in 1980. This dress was at one of the presidential inaugurations. I was told that she went to 5 of them. There's some other of her outfits. I actually remember that one right there from days gone by, from some of her concerts. Her little tour bus. This is her dining set from her home in Nashville. And there's the D-I-V-O-R-C-E that I remember that song I used to sing as a child. At the time, didn't know what it meant. And then there's Dolly, Loretta, and Tammy. It's an awesome little museum. It's free to get in. They survive on donations only. I did give a donation, of course. Whoa, some of these songs bring back so many memories. D-I-V-O-R-C-E. Stand by Your Man. Help Me Make It Through the Night. I Don't Want to Play House. Wow. What a legacy she left. So this is the original gates to her home in Nashville. Isn't that cool? First Lady Acres. There's a picture of her standing by that gate. I never got to see her in person. I never got to see Loretta or Dolly. The only person I saw in concert was Bob Seger and Carmen. I just wasn't really thrilled about crowds, so I would never go to a concert. This is a jacket that was worn by one of the band members. You can see him on stage there wearing that jacket. His name was Charlie Carter. This is the little restaurant over here. We're fixing to go in and get us something to eat. This looks good, but I'm going to need a to-go plate.
It's the reason that I love you.